Malcolm Brogdon just retired. What? Yeah, hit that rock. Before we get started, make sure to hit the like, subscribe to the channel, make sure to hit the dark notification bell to get each and every notification for each and every video I put out there. It's your boy G Malik, and let's get it. So your man Malcolm Brogdon out of nowhere retired from all of NBA on Wednesday. This guy was like, he saw one practice and he's like, nah, I can't do this. Not to joke and say anything bad about the Knicks, obviously, but this guy's been through so many injuries in his life. This freaking Lego head, freaking egghead ass dude, man, came onto the Knicks, got a free trip to Abu Dhabi and was like, you know what, I'm good. This dude did a video with the Pink Moving Company, whatever. I guess to help them out to be like, hey, I'll help you guys market your stuff. Don't really look like it's good marketing now because it's like, yo, once you move with us, man, you are going to retire from whatever job you got because you're not going to be able to function anymore. Hey, salute to Malcolm Brogdon. He retired, man. This is a guy for his career, averaged 15.3 points a game, 4.1 rebounds, 4.7 assists, shooting 46.3% from the field, 38.8% from three, shooting 87.4% from the stripe. This guy's played with Milwaukee, won the Rookie of the Year back in 2016-17. He's played with Indiana. He's played with the Boston Celtics. He won the Sixth Man of the Year in 2022-23, the year that everybody was expecting and hoping that man would quickly win it. Man came through and stole it from man. He quickly got traded to the Portland Trail Blazers. Actually had 2 good seasons over there. Went to the Wizards, and then obviously was brought on with the Knicks. And this is a somewhat of a disappointment, given the fact that I think the front office had high hopes for this guy to be the secondary ball handler behind Jalen Brunson, something the Knicks have been seeking for the past several years, even under Tom Thibodeau. But Malcolm Brogdon, last few games you've seen him, he didn't look that explosive. Not saying he was an explosive player. Let me take that back. He's never been an explosive player. Even when he dunked, I forget who he dunked on, which key guard he dunked on back in the day or a few years ago. Dunked on somebody. I want to say it's John Murray, but he dunked on somebody. But even back then, it's like he was never the most explosive guy. But this guy's dealt with injury after injury after injury after injury. Last few seasons, he hasn't played many games. He only played 24 games last season, starting 13 of them. Year before that, playing 39 games, starting 25 of them. Yeah, the year he won the Sixth Man of the Year with Boston, he did play around 67 games, didn't start any of them. But this guy just could not stay healthy. And sometimes, man, he's just like, F it, man. I made good money. I don't want to go through the grit and grind. And was there a possibility that maybe the Knicks were looking like, look, yeah, this is not working? Maybe, but I think that the Knicks were probably leaning on getting that secondary ball handler, a true secondary ball handler behind Jalen Brunson. So I don't know. I have a little bit of doubt that they were just going to outright cut him. You know, the whole battles between him, Shamet, some of the young kids, Pacome. There's been rumors of the Knicks possibly looking to move on from Pacome, move on from Tyler Kolek. So, look, this clears up a roster space, but also leaves a big hole. Who's going to be the secondary ball handler? Now, I do think with how this offense is going to run, there's going to be a lot of dribble handoffs, you know, blind pig dribble handoffs, you know, off-ball movement, all that good stuff. Under Mike Brown, I think that one is going to be a very screen-heavy game. A lot of action from the pinch for the people. Oh, I hate the triangle because it's the pinch, blah, blah. Mind you, the first few preseason games for them, the Knicks had, I think, the slowest pace or bottom pace in the league. So that in itself, I know people are, we're going to have pace. But given the fact that the offense is going to be, a lot of it's going to be predicated off of, like I said, a lot of off-ball movement, a lot of pinch action. Hope a lot of screens just initially for the top ball handler, even if you're going to have a lot of off-ball movement regardless, a lot of pass and screen away. The need for so-called, the need for ball handler is still there, but trying to put Malcolm Brogdon here, and he just doesn't have that zip anymore, probably just didn't make a lot of sense. Now, interestingly enough, this opens up the possibility for guys like Tyler Kolek, who, granted, his preseason had a good game against the Washington Wizards the other night, really showed that he can score, was attacking with his right, finishing with his right, and attacking on the right side, a weakness that we've all seen. He was aggressive with his shooting. Granted, he's aggressive with his shooting for most of the summer, or for a good chunk of the summer. Even preseason just wasn't going, the ball wasn't just going into the hoop. But it's an opportunity for him to show his wares. Again, he's going to be depending on a lot of screens. He's just not a really quick, fast player, but he is heady. When you watch him, out of all the bench guys, he does make a concerted to try to defend off the hip, try to get that angle in that space, and then attack the basket. He caught a few players on the Wizards a few days ago in the preseason game. Now you have him, you have guys like Jordan Clarkson, who's very underrated in terms of facilitating. Doesn't get a lot of credit for his ability to move the ball. Granted, because he's brought on to the Jazz to kind of be kind of a scorer, but he's an underrated facilitator in that regard. Now it's all about in his head. Does he want to do it? You see in the preseason game, see for his career, really, he could be very one-minded, one-track minded, right? And I think that now with Brogdon being out, there's going to be a lot expected for Clarkson to have, again, to rely and utilize his facilitating, his playmaking, his ability to break down the defenses in front of him, not just off the dribble to try to get a shot, but also to look for the open guys. You also have guys like Josh Hart, who's most likely going to be moving to the bench. He's hurt right now, but a guy that until they trade him, people they don't trade Josh Hart, but a guy Josh Hart, he kind of fits a lot of, or a few of the roles that your man Mike Brown wants. He wants to push pace. Josh Hart was probably one of our biggest weapons in terms of moving the pace, getting the fast break going, pushing the tempo, driving. That's what he does. That's probably what he does his best attack. He's not a good shooter. He attacked the closeouts, but we know that Josh Hart can be very gun shy when it comes to attacking. So, but when it comes to that fast break, Josh Hart, I don't know where he ranks in the league, but for the Knicks, he's probably one of our best assets in that regard. So Josh Hart's definitely going to get some looks. Miles McBride's another one, but Miles McBride, even though he's shown a little bit more quickness this summer, the groin is healed up. I still see Miles McBride as really just an undersized two. Attacking off the dribble and using that and the passing, that's not really his game. I like him as a 3-and-D undersized two guard. Let's leave him at that. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting going forward, right? Cat's probably going to have to take a lot of the chunk in terms of being that sentry at the pinch post, right above the top, right inside the top of the key, right at the foul line, facilitating, catching guys moving off the ball. So you're probably going to see a lot more of what Mike Brown did with Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox, just given the fact that we just don't have that secondary ball handler on the Knicks right now. So again, really abrupt retirement by your man Malcolm Brogdon, but it was kind of expected, man. So salute to Malcolm Brogdon. You had a solid career. Unfortunately, injuries just probably took you from probably ever being considered as an elite guard. I think you were probably trekking to be at least a top 10 guard before you started to get hurt and break down. But salute to Malcolm Brogdon. But this is going to be an opportunity for these kids to step up and the young players to step up. So they better not let this chance, they better not let this opportunity fall by the wayside. But let me know your thoughts, man. Malcolm Brogdon retiring. It's going to be really interesting how the offense is going to look once Jalen Brunson goes to the bench, man. Who's going to be at secondary ball handler? How? Again, another person I didn't mention, Aaron Purdy. Watch out for Aaron Purdy taking on that Sabonis role. Why am I talking like a fake Italian? Anyway, watch out for your man Aaron Purdy taking a role at that pinch post as well. I think he could take a lot more in terms of the passing, the facilitating, being that century. You already see him in the preseason when he did play, waiting for the dribble handoffs. Again, there's going to be a lot of dribble handoff action in this offense, waiting for the guy to curl around and dribble handoff. If he doesn't take it, then he gets to the basket. He has to step on his man, make that pass. The defender down low, if he was on his man down low, maybe at the low block of Mitch Robinson type, whoever gets the pass from Aaron Purdy can pass to Mitch Robinson, easy dunk, or not easy, but a double dunk layup. So it's going to be really interesting how they mix and match looks in this offense to account for the lack of a ball handler. But let me know what you guys think about this. Again, salute to Malcolm Brogdon. God bless. I'll catch you guys on the next one.